Yo, welcome back to the
yo,
Lum and Lal show. I'm your host, Lal.
I mean, it's your boy Lum. Lottie Dottie, we came to potty.
For sure. And before we even dive into it, man, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure that you hit the bell to keep the notifications coming so you know when it's time to get another injection of introspection. We got a couple different topics to touch on.
Yeah.
But the first thing I wanted to throw out there is, when do you know, is it enough? When have you given someone enough time to actualize their potential? Like, when do you say your potential is not fulfilled and I no longer can participate in this situation, whatever the situation?
You mean like when dealing with them as a person, or you mean like
dealing with them as a person
category, or just dealing with them as a person?
Like as a person, not even just an intimate relationship, but just like as a person in general, like an individual. When do you be like, yo, the potential that you have is not actualized and I no longer am willing to participate?
You mean like, see, to me it's different. It's like, it depends on the type of relationship you have. You mean like if you're in a relationship with somebody, if you're like, or if you helping with somebody with some shit, like if you're working on somebody with a project and it's like, y'all, you're not finishing this project up. But if you're dealing with somebody and you feel like they're not reaching their potential, you know what I mean? I guess it would my limit would be, that's a good question for real. It would be why. Like, why aren't you reaching your potential? I need to know the why, like the specifics of the situation. Like, have I just been watching you sit on your ass for like 3 years without you trying to do anything to reach your potential at all?
Well, I think somebody moving towards their potential is someone moving towards their potential and haven't been able to actualize it in the same time frame as someone who hasn't done anything to actualize it are two different things.
Yeah.
Because if you're moving towards your potential, even if you haven't gotten to some peak or some pinnacle of who you are, you've definitely improved. There's no way that you've been moving towards something and you haven't made any progress.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
The laws of physics don't even allow that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And so I'm just thinking, like, I guess it would be the person who makes minimal effort. Because minimal effort can definitely give you low to no reward.
To me, as soon as I see it, you probably done. My younger days.
He said as soon as I see it.
As soon as I see it. Because I can notice that, like, first couple conversations, first couple dates, first couple hangouts, like, little shit, like, what we talking about, you know what I mean? What we're conversating about, what you're telling me when I asked you how your day went, when you just continuously tell me, like, if I'm meeting you and I ask you how your day went, and it's been 4 months, and every day I've asked you what you got into today, you say nothing.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, this is person who really don't get in. They probably don't really get in anything. And even if I do deal with you, it won't be on a serious tip. You know what I mean? It'll be for something lighter. Maybe we can be homies and kick it when, you know what I'm saying, we want to kick it sometimes. But I'm not about to deal with nobody in a serious aspect who's not really working on improving themselves, because, you know, they're going to be stagnant in a lot more ways than just career-wise. Like, to me, that affects like your emotional development and shit. Nothing every day.
Nothing every day is deep.
Yeah, I've definitely met people who say they do nothing every day.
Nothing every day is crazy.
Nothing every day. I know niggas and girls who say, like,
when I say I did nothing today, if I really mean it, that was a really bad day for me.
Yeah.
Like, I woke up that day low energy. I
sick.
continue to entertain low energy thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I continue to do low energy activities that kept me in the cycle, and I'm currently feeling like shit.
Yeah.
If I really did nothing today, that's how I'm feeling.
If you got into absolutely nothing, that's why I'm like, I need to, it depends on the type of person for real, because it's like, you can't bank too long on somebody's potential. That'll always hurt you. Whether, like, you're talking about a wife, whether you're trying to sign an artist, whether you're trying to pick up whether you drafted a kid and you waiting for him to turn into, like, a leader of your team. If you bank too long on somebody else's potential, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they're not, like, putting their all into getting to their full potential, you know? It'll fuck you over.
It'll definitely fuck you over.
What I mean? You need to date. You need to realize who you're dealing with and get a good glimpse of who you're dealing with before you get in that relationship. No matter what type of business wise, whether you about to marry somebody, like I said, whether you about to sign a free agent to your team, like, you should really try to know who that person is and get a good idea of their potential. You should never date based on potential. Date who you get in front of you, because like, you know what I'm saying?
Dating based on the potential is extremely common. It's actually like what people prefer to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, even when you got someone sitting in front of you who has things going on for themselves, the decision that you make most of the time is still based off of potential, because you're thinking about how you and that person can potentially build together.
Yeah.
Because if that person continues to be just an egoist and only focus on themselves, they can be actualizing a level and even a high level of their own potential, but they're not necessarily participating in the potential of like what y'all can do together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think sometimes people gotta check their perception of potential too, like, cause you're like, oh, you're not actualizing or you're not, you know, you didn't live up to the potential. Like, what expectations did you have? Of that person?
Yeah, maybe your expectations need checked.
Yeah, because sometimes people's expectations are only based off of what they can gain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like, oh, you were supposed to make me feel this way. You were supposed to do this for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, you didn't actualize the potential. And it's like, damn, that's crazy, because I never wanted to do that for you. Or I never wanted to provide that for you.
Yeah.
And I never expected myself to do that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you wanted that and didn't communicate that, and now you're telling me that I didn't reach my potential. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, wow, you just leaving me like we were just in love, and now you just woke up like you just haven't reached your potential. It's like, yeah, we just went to dinner last night. Everything was just good. Like, what?
Yeah. But you know, sometimes also somebody might say that shit in a romantic relationship. Somebody might say that shit after they start being invested in what they think they see in somebody else.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I was just watching this podcast, Rich and Unemployed podcast. Shout out to Finesse. He's the one that do Rich and Unemployed. I'll be watching that joint every once in a while. You know, Joe Rogan, Joe Button, shit like that. Yeah. And he said some funny shit, man. He was talking about, he was like, as a man, don't ever try to check another man for having sex with your girl. Now, I agree with that unless that's my, you know, I mean, my homie.
Yeah.
If that's the homie, then you know what you did.
Yeah, exactly.
But if that's not the homie, then I can kind of agree with that. But he was saying like, this dude hit his line and was like, yo, did you have sex with my girl? And he's like, come on, bro. Like, he's like, I just need to know so I know how to move. It's like, all right, yeah, I can respect that. You know, you like somebody hits you like, yo, I need to know if I should be fucking with her or not. Like, just let me know, bro, so I can know how to move. It's like, yeah, bro, I fucked her. And it was like, all right. Then called him back the same day on three-way with baby girl.
Not on three-way with her.
Crying. telling him to tell her what he just told him.
Like, go ahead, tell him.
Yeah, like, no. Like, telling him, like, yo, tell her what you just told me. Tell her what you just told me.
And
like,
she was taking that shit to the grave, nigga. I don't know what you talking about. Who? I'm blind. I can't hear
on
anything.
three-way, like.
Not on three-way. Don't involve me in that shenanigans. I confirmed it for you, bro. Why you get
I confirmed it for you. What is this for? What do you want out of this? What is this for?
You just trying to like, bro, this
you had my number.
Yeah, bro.
Number step 1.
Yeah, bro.
You called me and I confirmed it. Step 2.
My whole thing is like, why did you even call me to confirm it? You obviously seen a text message that led you to calling my number.
I'm not even mad at the nigga calling to confirm it. I'm mad at the next step. Like, because if you really wanted to call and confirm, like if she was moving so swift, so shady, so smooth that he couldn't confirm it with whatever he saw, and he needed to call the nigga, and the nigga confirmed it, then that's it, bro. You don't need nothing else. Because I think he called to confirm it because the nigga's like low key famous in the city. And he was like, yo, like, I just need to know. Like,
nigga, I'm not calling to confirm. Like,
I'm not calling to confirm. I've never been in that situation.
If I found out my girl was fucking Lil Wayne, I'm not calling Lil Wayne to confirm it.
You gonna send that nigga's management an email like, yo, I just want to reach out to.
excuse me,
Tunchi and just
Weezy.
asks like,
yo, what's up, Weezy?
did he fuck Mary Beth on the
Like-
3rd of January 2023
Like, did he hit Mary
at
Beth? I
his
didn't even know.
concert in North Carolina? No, nigga.
Yeah, like,
No, nigga.
I'm not doing that. It's just not, to me, it's just wild as hell. Like, I
Not
feel
very
like I'm
bad.
old enough to say I've probably been in, on not every single situation, not nothing super wild, but I've been in most common situations and relationships, fam. I've definitely did the whole, oh shit, caught somebody doing some wild shit by text message. I damn
For
sure
sure.
didn't think to fucking call the nigga on the phone.
No.
And for what? What we gotta talk about? I already seen the text
No.
message. What we gotta talk about? What like I'm not coming to you as a man. But not what that would be. That would be like the male equivalent. 'Cause that's what when girls come to other girls about cheating shit, it's coming to them as a woman. I'm not coming to you as a man, G. You gotta figure that out on your own. Period. Like figure that out on your own. And don't come to me as a man asking me that question. If you see my number in there, you know.
That's not a thing amongst men. We don't. It's not a thing for men to like.
Come to you like this is weird. Like niggas' insecurities won't let them get that far. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't even know if it's the insecurities. I think it's just like if another man is having sex with your woman, at no point will he feel the need to call you and tell you that.
Yeah, he won't be like, I'm coming to you as a man and just let you know, bro, this chick's bad for you. Like it's never gonna happen. It's never ever gonna happen.
Unless she was telling him that he was her boyfriend, and then that nigga just want to fuck her shit up. Like he just want to ruin her shit. Like, oh yeah, you was playing the fuck out of me. Now I'm letting that nigga know too. Type shit. Unless he was angry or some shit. Like, but most of the time niggas is gonna be like, oh, I see how you moving. It's over.
Man, anytime I was in that situation, bro, I just kept it G, bro. Kept it moving. Anytime I was with a chick the day before, seen her mouth kissing a nigga when I walked past the next day, just kept it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it G. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? You doing your thing, I'm playing my role. You're not. To be real, if you're my girl, I'm probably gonna keep it G. I'm just not about to be.
I mean, if you're not my woman, there's really nothing to talk about.
There's nothing for me to say to you.
I'm not even upset at that. Like I expected that. Like we're not
like
together.
You out here doing your thing.
Do
like
whatever you want to do.
Like motherfuckers don't be knowing how to play their role. People be acting like they cool with certain shit that they don't be cool with. That'd be the thing. A lot of times when you're in those situationships, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you agree to some shit, it's before you really start catching feelings and clapping bodies together on a daily basis. It's like, yeah, I mean, it was cool before y'all done fucked 13 times in the past 20 days.
Right.
But now it's getting real. Now you coming over there every day. Now you're feeling some type of way when that nigga texting that girl, or you feeling some type of way.
But that's why sex
where
is
she
dangerous,
slide
man,
out.
because having sex don't make something official. Like
At all.
And now you got these emotions that aren't even communicated, and you thinking like, oh, we fucking every day, and you bought me food and I cook for you. Like we never made an agreement.
So what? That was nice.
That's like you showing up at a motherfucking place of business. That's like you going to Panera Bread. You went to Panera, you bought a motherfucking Panera Bread uniform off Amazon. You show up to Panera Bread. You tell Susan to move over. You start taking orders. You start making sandwiches.
Bread bowls
You start
and shit.
baking cookies and shit.
Chicken Alfredo and shit.
And then 2 weeks later, you like, yo, where my paycheck at? Like, y'all ain't paying me. It's like, nigga, you never applied to work here. You don't work here, nigga.
You know, it's like, but what?
I appreciate everything you've been doing, but
y'all was letting me.
you don't work here.
But y'all was letting me come in and make macaroni bread bowls. Who wouldn't let somebody come in and work for free? What are you talking about?
You don't work here.
You're confused.
Now you need the paperwork.
Yeah.
We ain't have a conversation.
We didn't have no conversation.
What are you talking about?
Like, yeah, we didn't have no conversation.
That's what sex does to motherfuckers. It makes you think because you've been coming making the bread bowls, you've been making the sandwiches, you've been baking the cookies, that you had applied for the application of employment. You didn't apply.
Yeah. And that's common. And to be honest, like more so than not, you gotta be real with somebody at the beginning because that's common. It's not like what we saying is like some weird shit. We're saying everybody be like,
no.
You know what I'm saying? They fall into that. I had to tell my young buck, I'm like, yo, you talking to somebody now, I'm a little cousin. You talking to somebody now, it's cool to play. I'm like, when you're older, like when you talking to somebody exclusively like that for a certain amount of weeks or months, that is your girl unless otherwise specified. You have to specify that. In her mind, once she start fucking with you every day, bringing that food over there, not everybody. Some people understand, but most women is either going to come to a point where it's an ultimatum. It's like, yo, we got to make this shit for real because I'm not just going to be you know what I mean, doing X, Y, and Z.
And I mean, that's fair.
Or they're just going to try to act like it already is what it is and just try to force the situation a little bit.
But a lot of people even dudes do that though.
Of course.
A dude will be texting a girl, talking to a girl, and she'll be like, "No, you know, I'm not really looking for XYZ," or she'll just keep it G and it's not really keeping it G. She'll just not talk about it.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, people do that, and then, you know, the nigga, I don't know, see her out. He might not even see her out with somebody. She just might not hit him back tonight.
Yeah.
And he on some, oh, you out texting them niggas, you out letting niggas buy you drinks. Like, I know what type of shit you on. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're wild.
Yeah, and there be wild niggas like that. I ain't even gonna lie.
You're wild.
Some of y'all niggas are wild. Just because I've heard so many and seen so much crazy shit from niggas, like, just through women and shit. Some of y'all niggas be on some wild.
Speaking of that, bro. Hold up, bro.
Wild shit,
man.
boy. Some wild shit.
Damn, I didn't have it pulled up. I folded. I should have had the proper technology. Somebody sent me a red pill niggas be like joint, and I wanted to watch it and review it on pod, but we'll do that next week.
Yeah,
we're gonna start doing reviews.
Yeah,
but red pill niggas be like, because we talked about that shit last week. But yeah,
hour-long seminar about how women don't fold clothes no more and shit.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? One of my old heads was just kicking that today. And so, sometimes I understand where they be coming from, but it's also like, he was talking about how women used to put in effort to show a man what they were capable of. And, you know, he was like, yeah, you watch an old school movie or anything like that. Like, what they doing? They coming over with the pie, like, hey, new to the neighborhood, you know, boom, boom. And then, you know, they coming over with the casserole, like, hey, you know, boom, boom, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And, like, to a degree, I understand, because I feel like sometimes men have to do that off rip, which is like, yo, look, this how much money I make. My credit score is this. I got my own crib. I got my own car. Like, even though women want that for themselves and women might expect other women to have that, men don't always expect that of a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'll say that at the same time though, I feel like you don't need to put an effort to show your abilities and skills if you're not interested in being with somebody.
Yeah.
Like if you don't,
that's a waste. That's like the
right. Like if you're not really feeling somebody like that, fuck.
Yeah.
What am I doing that for?
Yeah, let it rock. But you know, people love wasting time. That's one thing girls do be white about. Like, oh, y'all niggas love wasting time. Niggas do love wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Niggas definitely do love wasting time, because they'll definitely play that lovey-dovey role for a long time just to try to fucking skate out, you know what I'm saying? Like, and try to build with somebody. Like, me personally, I ain't really trying to build with nobody just to kind of fuck my shit up. There's one thing if we just kicking it, but I'm a specify. Like, I've always been a truthful individual. I feel like ever since I was like a little kid, I've never been the whole, oh yeah, let me tell her I'm talking to her and tell her I'm not talking to her. No, I'm single. I'm finna be like, no, I'll be single. You know, you should be honest and do all that shit. I be trying, but you know, niggas love getting fucking caught. I feel like getting caught up is like a fucking sport to some of these niggas.
Yeah, facts. I got caught up a couple of times.
I feel like hate that shit.
I feel like somewhere along, because I was extremely like open and truthful for a long time. Yeah. And then some traumatic shit happened to me, and I just stopped doing it for like 3-4 years. Yeah. I just started like feeling crazy for like 3-4 years, and now I'm back to my old self where it's just like, because I used to tell people in college all the time, like, there's niggas that would just be like, oh, I'm like, bro, you don't have to lie to have sex with somebody.
I swear to God, you don't.
You don't have to lie to her. You don't have to tell her some shit that's not true.
It sound crazy. It can sound corny or whatever, but I promise you, I've been the fucking you don't have to lie to have sex preacher all the time. It's like, you don't have to. Y'all niggas be having mad issues. I be trying to tell them, like, listen, I'm not saying I'm fucking Casanova or whatever, but one thing I can promise you is that, like, my sex life goes off without a fucking hitch. I don't have any drama. I'm fucking settled down now. I have a woman. But like when I was single, I didn't have any drama. I don't have nobody out there looking to fucking get me. I don't have nobody out there talking about, oh, Lum did X, Y, and Z. And it ain't because I ain't dealt with nobody. I just handle myself a certain type of way. I'm keep it a fucking bean, nigga. Right. You know what I'm saying? All the time. And when somebody, and that don't result in me getting everybody I want. Sometimes people don't want to fuck with you when you keep it a bean. Everybody's not for you, and that's okay. Right. But when you keep it a bean from the jump, you never have to worry about somebody feeling played. They may not want to fuck with you. They may be like, okay, if that's what you're talking, then I'm not really trying to do it. And that's fine. But like, you kept it a bean.
Yeah.
I'm saying you kept it a beam. Most of the times when you do that, it usually, you know what I'm saying, you're usually fine. As these niggas be trying to run around.
I did have somebody lie on me recently, which is strange.
No, that's not strange. That happens, bro. I don't know why it happens.
I feel like it's always strange because it's like
happens,
I'm not an out here ass nigga. Like if you see me out at a function, it's a rare sight.
Same.
Like it's really like, bro, like you really caught the rare Pokemon. Like I'm a Mewtwo out here.
But that's
like,
why niggas be trying to lie on you because they don't be knowing what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? I've been through that too. Like people be trying to lie on me who have no clue what I'm doing. Like I remember I was doing with this girl back in the day before we even started talking. Somebody was just texting her phone like, "Oh, you know that nigga? Yeah, that nigga introduced you to his friends. He introduced you to his mom." We were sitting with my mom at the time, and I'm just like, "Yo, this was years ago, probably like 2014 or something."
Yeah.
To this day, I don't know who it was. Hey, no, I have no fucking clue. I had to just get my mind to the point where I didn't care. But it was just like, "Yo, I'm about to get into this relationship, and here is this random person out here." You know what I mean? And like I said,
hitting the shorty that you was dealing with.
About to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I kind of narrowed it down after a while because I'm like, all right, I narrowed it and narrowed it and narrowed it and narrowed it. And I'm like, all right, there's only a couple motherfuckers that have your number who know me. You know what I mean? Who would do that? So I feel like I narrowed it down, but to me, it was just weird. You know what I mean? Like, even that person, like, wow, like, I didn't do anything. That person, if it was the person who I thought it wasn't nobody who I dealt with. You know what I mean? It wasn't nobody who I've done anything to.
Yeah.
So it's like, why I do that? But you know, sometimes people are weird.
People be having their own
little agendas.
What we just said, potential ideas and expectations for you.
Yeah.
And they'll ruin some other shit you got going on if it's not pushing you in the trajectory of what they envision for you.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't even take it personal. I just finished the fucking 4 agreements for the second time today. And
you finished it for the second time?
For the second time.
And I just started picking up Alchemist again.
Yeah, and I'm not taking anything personal this time. I promise you I'm not. I'm not taking nothing personal.
Bro, listen.
I'm not.
Listen.
This time around.
Listen.
This time around.
The level of intrinsic joy and happiness that you not necessarily gain, but that you can maintain from not taking things personal. Like the amount of anxiety that you can avoid.
Yes.
From when a situation arises,
yes,
realizing that it doesn't really have anything to do with who you are, and it has everything to do with who someone expects you to be.
Yeah, or who that person is, and
who they are,
and what they're going through in their conscience. It may not have nothing to do with you. It might not even have nothing to do with your expectations, your whole being. It might have everything to do with them. And a lot of times, it does have everything. If somebody robs your house, it has everything to do with them.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with you. Even if they knew it was Bilal, because, I'm going to rob Bilal's house because he works here, he may have money, or, I know he just hit the lottery or whatever. It's still them. It's everything has to do with them. Like, that's why I'm not taking nothing personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's the other one that I'm going to fucking stand on? Not be impeccable with your word, but that's obviously that one too. Fucking, I'm never making assumptions. Not making assumptions. If you don't fucking know, there's no need to assume. Because most of the time when you make assumptions, you ain't assuming some good shit. If you waiting for some news, you'll assume some bad shit.
Impeccable word, never make assumptions, don't take nothing personal, try your best.
Yeah, always do your best. So it's like when I came back to that, and even just the stuff around it too, about the domestication of mankind, and the whole figuring out which bad roles you've been living by, and you know what I'm saying, making sure you know how to manage those roles. Because everybody has their own set of bad. Before you get into those agreements, you're already living with agreements. That was a big thing about the book that I forgot about. You're already living with agreements. And I guess this is a fucking active ad for the 4 agreements, but I guess it is. I just finished the 4 agreements again. It's a good book. You should read it. Yeah. But
I don't know if I talked about this last week, but The Alchemist, written by a dude, I think it was Paulo Coelho. Yeah. I think I'm saying his name right.
That's on my
Did I talk about the Fifth Mountain last week? I don't think I did.
No, you did.
So there's this book, man, called The Fifth Mountain. And it's his take on the prophet Elijah's life and experiences. And man, the reason why I'm bringing this up because we talked about perseverance a few pods ago, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but if I did, you gotta get a double dose. I'm gonna make it quick though. Man, there was this scene in the book, and it's also in the Bible. And this guy was just talking about this. Elijah was like replaying the story in his head of this guy named Jacob who was attacked by a random in the middle of the night, and they fought all night until the morning came. And in the morning, the random revealed themselves to essentially be like God, or maybe it was an angel.
Yeah.
And they rewarded him for fighting for his life all night and gave him the name Israel. And essentially, though, that story is just letting people know, like, shit is going to come at you. And the only way that you're going to receive that boost of divine help, or the only way you're going to receive the universal tap in of manifestation, is if you push back against it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And shit, I lost how that tied into what we were just talking about, but that story. Oh, we was talking about the 4 agreements. That story hit me, man. That's a book that really influenced my thinking about life and manifestation, bro. There's a lot of good books out there. People, if y'all not reading, man.
Yeah, you definitely gotta read.
Pick up the 4 agreements. It's an extremely easy read.
Yeah, it is.
Miguel Ruiz, I believe, is the author of the 4 agreements. He also authored one of the most amazing books I ever read called The Voice of Knowledge, bro. The Voice of Knowledge, the cover is very similar to the 4 agreements. The Voice of Knowledge is about the fact that we are domesticated.
So it's expanded more on like the opening of the book of the 4 agreements, because that was the opening.
It's expanding on the opening.
It's a whole,
the story of the priest who had the vision of us being made of light.
Okay, and the
and
old
going
man
back to his people
who put fire in his heart and shit when he seen the old. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Bro.
about. Because they were talking about that. That was the beginning part. And that whole
it's expanding
domestication of mankind.
Bro, it
and
goes
that shit,
deep,
like,
bro.
I wanted to learn more about that too. But to me, like, that was the other part I had to go back and kind of reabsorb. Because the 4 agreements I had nailed in my head. And I'm like, there's something kind of weird. I kind of feel like I lost touch with them. So I had to kind of go back and get the whole, and just absorb the whole shit around it. And I'm just like, all right, now that I went back and heard it again. And I listened to it this time. And I ain't gonna lie, I read it the first time. I had a regular paperback. Listening to it kind of put another perspective on it. I feel like when you're listening to some of those certain types of books, it may be good to listen to. You know what I mean?
No,
I always try to read.
Yeah, listening, because a conversation strikes some people harder than reading.
Yeah,
it depends on who you are.
With me, because I read that book and I retained all that information. But even for me, like, I'll pick something up and read for real all the time. There's a couple books I'm actively reading, but I just started getting into listening to books because I never really did that. All the books I've just read. I'm old, whatever.
Fuck
but,
it. I mean, reading is.
Yeah, I just always.
Sometimes it's just good for the mind. It's an exercise for the mind. I always wanted to
force myself to anyway. You know what I mean? And like a lot of the shit I read always wasn't really available on really wasn't available on I'm saying audio form anyway.
Right.
I'm saying until recently, but I just started getting into audio books. Like I said, another good book I recommend, that autobiography of Gucci Mane, was just great. Older,
yeah, you did talk about that.
A little bit older, but it was great. It was definitely a great read. But I've read that, and I've read I've listened to that and listened to the 4 agreements, and it's definitely different listening to the 4 agreements than reading it. Like the words and the dude who was kind of breaking it down to me, I kind of felt like I was in a class. You know what I mean? Listening to it, because reading it was like, wow, this is really enlightening. But listening to it, especially like they set it up so like when they're doing the prayers and the mantras and shit, there's like little sound effects and shit. Yeah, bro, I was like, oh, this is different. Listening to this, bro, it hit different. When I got to the end. They did the prayer at the end. I was in there like, it kind of made my day. I woke up kind of having a rough day. I'm like, and I finished it today. And the little prayer at the end, man, it was fire. It was fire. It was different listening to it.
Here's an example of that, the concept of the voice of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
I'll give 2 quick examples. The first one is from the book itself. Miguel was talking about when he was a younger boy going to his grandfather, and his grandfather was like a high priest, a shaman, in a certain practice. And he didn't necessarily want to go down that road at that time. And he had went to college, he had learned all this stuff. And he was coming back and talking to his grandfather like, and this and that, and this is how that's working, this is how that's working, blah, blah, blah. And his grandpa was like, listen. And at the end of the conversation, he's like, that's a very good story, Miguel. A very good story. Thank you for that story. And he was just like, what you mean? Like, very good story. Like, I'm telling you the facts and he realized, it took him time in his adulthood to realize that he was consumed with the voice of knowledge. He was consumed by the need to validate himself through trying to understand things in a complex manner instead of understanding the root of things.
Yeah.
Like another example from our last pod, we talked about some shit that happened with what's the guy, bro? The guy who talks like this and wears shades all the time.
Wait, who you talking about?
Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
That nigga be like, bro.
Like alpha males. Gonna test your manhood, $5,000.
Here's another example though. When I just watched the video on YouTube. 41 ways to boost your testosterone. This man, and some of them were good, blah blah blah. And you can find endless videos like that. People will give you elaborate explanations of how to be a man. You know, you gotta get your macros. You gotta eat the right amount of carbs. You gotta get the right amount of sleep. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta train like this. You have to think like this. You have to be like this. You gotta dress like this. Bro, wake up early and do something.
Yeah.
Like the voice of knowledge, you trying to give me all these possibilities and scenarios that can do all this. All you have to do is wake up early and do something beneficial for your mind and body.
Yeah.
You pick.
It sounds like that nigga wrote that book. Actually, that does go kind of hand in hand. The simplification and everything goes hand in hand with the 4 agreements. That's kind of what it is. It's like
right, like
simplifying
it's
shit
at the
for you.
root. It's at the heart of things because people try to make shit extremely complicated as either a justification to not do it, a justification for why you should pay them to teach you to do it, or to make themselves feel smart.
Yeah.
And really the truth is that most things are extremely simple. It's just that you convince yourself that they're not.
Yeah.
Like, most shit just asks you to be consistent and do one thing.
Yeah.
They don't even ask you to do 15 things. It just asks you to do one thing. It just asks you move your body for 15 minutes a day and sweat.
Yeah.
And people was like, time, waking up early, or going to bed late, or working on a night. It's 15 fucking minutes.
15 minutes. I be saying that all the time.
Bro, it's
when people tell me that,
15 minutes.
When people tell me that, I'm like, I've talked to you for longer than 15 minutes or just now. Like
we just talked about how you don't have 15 minutes
like the pod is
for
on,
45.
The pod has been on for 33 minutes. Like you could have been working out this whole time and you'd have had double the amount of time you need to work out every day to really make some progress on yourself if you eating right.
Bro, it's 15 minutes. And the thing is, we will try to, the voice of knowledge. I ain't gonna go too deep in this book, man. Get the book, read, people.
He's a good author,
pick
man.
something up, man.
What is his full name? I be forgetting.
I think his name is Miguel
I just finished
Ruiz.
I'm about to look on the Audible.
I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure his name is Miguel Ruiz.
Audible, yeah, because he's.
I think it's right there, isn't it?
Don Miguel Ruiz.
Don Miguel
Ruiz, yeah. I'm gonna check that other book out too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a dope author, man. But let's get into this, man. I don't think that there's too many people who haven't purchased a piece of memorabilia or merchandise who's a bigger fan of The Last of Us than me.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's too many, like excluding everyone who went out their way and spent money on merchandise and products outside of the game. Yeah. Excluding y'all.
No, unless you're like going to Comic-Con dressed as, I'll definitely confirm. There's a level. We always talk about this with anime. Like
there's a level.
We are heavy.
To this shit.
We are definitely like heavy anime fans. Like, we really like anime. We'll talk about different shows and shit. And we've both been that way for years. And then there's them dudes that you see from a mile away that they're anime fans.
Yeah,
and they're
like
a level above us.
A different level.
We're probably not getting dressed up as characters. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm not going to dress up like Joel. Maybe one day I will, but I haven't done that. I haven't even gone to a Comic-Con.
No anime themed clothing. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't have this.
My one man's, I thought I liked
contacts,
anime. I rolled with my man's, bro. He got in the whip. He had anime shit all over his car. He turned his music on. He had his shit queued up to play anime themed rap music.
Yep.
And video game theme. I don't even know how you get your shit queued up on Pandora. I don't even know what you search, fam.
I don't know.
I don't even know what you search. She had Attack on Titan book bag, nigga, shirts, everything, every day.
Yeah, and I went to high school with that same person, and like
my guy, man.
He's true to that, not new.
True to that. True to that.
He's true to that.
OG to
like,
that.
That's real life. But
yeah,
we're
as far
not
as
those
Last of Us,
guys though.
No, not at all.
But we
Shout
are
out to
the
them,
guys that enjoy the stories, enjoy the character development, enjoy the worlds and the magic systems that they create. We enjoy the creativity of it. We enjoy watching it unfold. And when the game came out, when The Last of Us came out years ago, I think it came out in 2014. I might be wrong. When the game came out, I was telling people like, "Yo, this is the greatest story I ever played."
Yeah,
like
definitely were excited about it. That was a favorite
like,
game.
Bro, God of War had been overtaken for me by The Last of Us because the story was so intimate. Like the story, essentially, if you don't know the story is about a man who loses his child and a child who loses everything, and they becoming father and daughter through the traumatic experience of the zombie apocalypse. That's like the heart of it. Yeah. There's a lot of shit wrapped around it. But it was just real sentimental because, you know, this guy he's like he has another daughter in her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like the level. It's the ultimate father protect his child story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the fucking show, bro. You been keeping up?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
There's something that they did in the Last of Us show that's different from the game that I greatly appreciate.
What's that?
In the game, they don't have the spores coming out their mouth for real.
Yeah.
That's not really a thing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was weird at first because when the first episode, I'm like, is that hair? Because she was like biting a woman, and I'm thinking that she had a mouthful of hair.
Yeah, I thought she was.
And then I realized it was the spores.
Yeah.
Or the vines. In the game, they grow everywhere and they release gas, and if you breathe in the gas, you can get infected. In the show, they took it to another level where they're all connected by the vines. Where Tess told Ellie in a game or in a movie, in the show rather, if you step on one vine, you can wake up a bunch of them in a different location. You know what I mean? And like you remember the dude died in the latest episode, and the vines was touching his hand, and then the rest of them like got the message that somebody was moving around. I'm like, damn, like they made the world more dangerous.
Yeah, than it was.
They made it more dangerous than it was in the game, and you couldn't pay me any amount of money to survive for 24 hours in the Last of Us world. Like if somebody said, bro, I'm gonna drop you in the middle of the Last of Us world, and if you survive for 24 hours, I'm gonna give you X amount of money. I'm not going, bro.
Yeah, to be honest, whenever it comes to zombie mediums in general, once you have the zombies that run the 4-4s, like your world's worse.
Zombies running 4-4s is worse.
Because there's so many zombie movies where they're slows. Like when you have shit like that, motherfucking 28 days later, where you're looking over a hill and the zombie's literally running down the fucking hill full speed trying to chase you down. Like Last of Us zombies be running, crashing through glass and shit. Like who wants to deal with that? Like I am legend fucking zombie ass niggas running 4-4s. Give me the fucking Walking Dead zombies all day. I'll feel like fucking Tyreek Hill in a fucking
Walking Dead zombie.
Walking Dead zombie ass niggas. Like I'll be fucking shaking motherfuckers. I feel like I can twirl through. I feel like if there was 3 Walking Dead zombies in this little ass room, I can maneuver out.
We can handle them with these mic stands. We can handle them.
But if we had 3 of them motherfucking freakers, it's over because we're done. We're done.
Oh, 3 of them.
3.
Oh, and they don't even care about like biting you. They just want to beat your ass.
Yeah.
They want to beat the fuck out of you, bite you, scratch you. They want to rip you apart. They just want to destroy you.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. And it's crazy, like, the concept they had as far as making it like them fucking parasites. Because I've been learning about them little parasites to be taking over ants and flies and mosquitoes. And them shits is fucking freaky as hell in real life.
It's not called cordyceps in real life, I don't think. I forgot what it's called.
I can't remember exactly what they're called. But them little shits is fucking weird. They just get inside and just make it do what it wants to do and all that shit. And I'm like, damn. Like, that's a crazy concept to kind of apply that to fucking like mankind. But yeah, that's gonna be the best zombie show ever in history.
When she said,
like, most likely,
they showed a scene that wasn't in a game again, but I love how they're expanding the world.
Yeah.
When they had that Indonesian doctor, and they said, "Yo, how do we stop this?" She said, "Bomb." She said, "Bomb the city, kill everybody in this motherfucking city."
Yeah, that's what she said. She's the doctor.
It was early. It was early enough to where nobody. It wasn't on the news. She ain't know about it until they showed her in the lab. They said there's 14 people missing. Yeah. By the time they got her to that lab and told her there's 14 people missing, there was probably at that point maybe 150 zombies running around. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
And she said, "Yo, bomb this motherfucking city."
Yeah. Pretty much. She definitely said that.
That's crazy, bro. I'm like, yo, this show, I'm enjoying this show so far. My prediction for season 2 though, I think season 2 is going to be minimal amounts of Joel and Ellie. I don't think season 2 is going to be the second game. I think season 2 is going to be Abby's origin.
Oh, yeah.
You get me? And then I think season 3 is going to be when the beginning of season 3 is going to be when Abby kills Joel.
Yeah.
And then that is going to be that whole Ellie after Abby after Ellie. But season 2 is going to be Abby all the way up, and at the end of season 2, it's going to end the same way season 1 ended, with her dad getting killed. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, but listen though. The game has been out for so long.
Yeah, bro. But
I'm gonna put spoiler alert in the thing.
It gotta be. Yeah, but it gotta be.
I'm gonna put spoiler alert in the thing.
Because listen, I've been in that situation because about 10 things I've read in the past 3 years have come out to be shows, whether they've been real shows or animes. Like at least 10 things I read.
People was like, "Oh, I don't know what's gonna happen next."
Yeah, and I was on Facebook one time talking that shit about one of those shows that I already read. I think Sweet Tooth. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? When they found out, I just can't wait for Sweet Tooth to get older, so when they see like his grown version of him, they're like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, well, my bad. I read this book 4 years ago.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because I'll talk about shit like that too, not realizing like.
This is the thing though. Like, I don't be having mercy for people. In certain respects, I do. If we're having a conversation, I do. But like when it comes to stuff like this, I don't be having mercy for people who didn't read the manga or didn't play the game, because I don't expect them to have mercy for me. Like, if somebody starts talking that shit about something that I don't know, that I want to experience myself, I'm turning it off.
Yeah,
I'm just not gonna go there.
Oh, for sure. No, I ain't gonna lie.
Like,
you're right. Because anytime I was like listening to like another podcast, like Joe Budden's or somebody's podcast, and they start talking some shit I didn't want to hear, like, yeah, did you see Black Panther? Yeah, let me tell. Boop.
You feel me? I'm good.
You're not spoiling.
I'm good.
No, I refuse. Like,
and then when they killed the.
Like, scrolling.
Fuck that.
No,
but you know what?
Because my phone, like, no.
I ain't gonna. I'm sorry if you didn't watch The Last of Us and I spoiled it for you. I ain't got no mercy for you. And the reason why I don't have no mercy for you is because it's literally been my favorite game since 2014. So if you haven't heard about the story yet, I apologize. But you know what I mean? I'm sorry.
They haven't, bro. Me, I'm a nerd, so I fucking went on YouTube when I was bored one day and kind of watched. I think I fucking
watched the cinematics.
Yeah, I think I watched the cinematics because I felt like the story was gonna be good.
But
amazing. I know y'all who are not nerds like me have not watched that shit.
And you don't know what The Last of Us is. You're like, oh, another zombie shit. Yeah. No, this is the zombie shit. Walking Dead can take a back seat forever. Yeah. Now that The Last of Us is out, it's done.
Yeah, you just throwing shots off the bow, like.
Oh, I'm throwing shots.
This is a conversational pod. You came with the Walking Dead people and through.
Oh, bro, you know what's crazy? I stopped watching Walking Dead at season 9, and I just picked up again a week before Last of Us came out. I am actively watching season 10 of the Walking Dead right now.
I can't watch no other zombie show.
I'm still telling you that Last of Us is going to be 10 times better.
Man, my girl put on some fucking Korean zombie show because you know Netflix is. I don't know who. From
wait. Korean zombie show.
Yeah,
oh, it's a show. You talking about The Kingdom?
No, I wasn't The Kingdom. Kingdom was alright.
You know what's crazy about that?
Kingdom was alright.
There's apparently records that actually happened in Korea.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of historical records and shit like that you can't really explain. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you really like, as far as sicknesses and shit, I was looking up like historical sicknesses. There's like historical records of motherfuckers turning green and shit. Like a whole town of motherfuckers just dancing to their death. Like 1,000 people dancing to their death, like the disease of death.
1,000 people dancing to their death is wild.
Yeah, like I was reading about like a dancing disease. Like I'm telling you, if you leave, look it up. If y'all watching this, look it up. There was like a dancing disease.
I'm scared of the dancing disease.
Yeah, and it was all motherfuckers just dance to their death.
Fuck that.
And you know who knows what that was? You know, back in the day, we don't know what that perspective is like.
They probably ate. You know what it was though? They probably ate moldy bread, bro.
Probably.
And it was
It
all
probably
high
did.
as fuck.
But you know, when it's old perspective, anything's anything. Like you go see a rhino and you see the unicorn. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? So I be feeling like when you learn about old shit, it's probably it could be some old scary shit that we just are lucky enough to avoid in our time. Or it could just be that these niggas was confused as fuck. Like if I brought a cell phone back, what was somebody in 1883 telling me this is? I'm God, basically.
Yeah, you're a wizard.
I'm a fucking wizard who'll bring this back. Look at this. Ooh, YouTube. They'll be like, oh shit, playing videos and shit, like taking a picture. Those niggas I took their fucking soul and stored it in my shit.
Native Americans ain't want their picture taken for years because they was like, nah, nigga.
Yeah.
That's some soul magic shit.
Like, we cool.
We're good.
We cool. Y'all came over here and gave us measles and shit. Now you want to take a picture of us? Fuck out of here.
Right, nigga. Yeah, that's different, bro.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
like, fuck outta
And
here.
as we know, pictures lie, bro. Pictures are magic, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Somebody you can look at somebody's page on Instagram all day, meet them in person, and be completely disappointed in every aspect of them.
You ever had that?
It's magic, bro.
You ever have that one friend the one hood nigga who just never wanted to take a picture? Like he always just had to be ready to do a crime at any point in time. You never had that friend?
Back in the G, yeah.
Yeah, but I say everybody. I feel like.
What is you doing? Taking
Like yo,
pictures,
chill, bro. I don't take no picture. Excuse me,
Bro,
nigga.
that's crazy. That was really a thing.
So
though.
every week you gotta be ready just in case you're gonna do a crime. Like every fucking week. You don't want no pictures on the web because you're gonna be on America's Most Wanted next week and you don't want no fuck. Take the fucking picture, nigga. All y'all niggas who told me you ain't wanna take no pictures, y'all dads now. Shut the fuck up. Yo, take my picture, bro. I'm in the street. Fuck up. Y'all niggas is raising kids now. I could have took them damn pictures.
No, but you know what's crazy is that still low-key translates because a woman would take a picture with a dude, like, oh, such and such is home, or look like, oh, you know, just like, oh, my niggas is in trappers, whatever.
Yeah.
And she got her low on.
Yeah.
Niggas know, oh, you on fucking Hamilton right now.
Yeah.
And then you get spanked.
No,
and
yeah, you
then
will.
it's like,
Yeah.
And it's just
Pictures
like,
is still
damn, like
dangerous.
I've been laying low, but since I took a picture of one shorty and she put that shit on Snap, her location is on. My ops girlfriend seen it.
Yeah.
Told him, he pulled up and killed me. Damn.
You know what's crazy? Like,
It's really like that for some people.
We
not
would
me,
really
though.
fucking die, like as young men
it's
for
like that
fucking
for some
coochie.
people.
Why would we die? We would really die for coochie. That shit ain't fair. Cause girls, I don't know too many girls who's finna die for dick.
I don't know.
Cause when we was young, no, when I was younger, I ain't saying I would die, but like I damn sure would go to the projects with no gun.
You took risks.
I took risks.
You took risks that definitely put you in danger.
And they weren't that calculated either. I thought they was calculated. Were they calculated? No,
You was going to somebody else's hood.
no
Off
gun.
of hope.
Off
You was going off vibes, thinking that shit was gonna
off
be
of
smooth.
vibes. I might not even have got none.
Like,
Might not even have had fun. You know what I'm
and you
saying?
didn't even know the girl was standing in her hood.
Yeah.
You ain't know who she was good with, who she was bad with.
Yeah, you don't even know. She could have, you done walked through 10 niggas. That could be her ex-boyfriend and all 9 of his friends. You never know. I remember one time, I was on the reverse end of that. I remember my homie was dealing with some girl. You know what I mean? We was up Swissville and shit. He's dealing with some girl up there. They fall out. He's over her crib. We're chilling there. Some nigga calls girl phone. He arguing with the nigga back and forth. Oh yeah, I'm fucking with your girl, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna come over there. He's talking, I'm like, man, this nigga's never coming over here. Don't pay no attention. So we end up going to our homie's crib a couple blocks over. This nigga comes to his girl's crib, right? Gets on the phone, calls him. Yeah, bitch ass nigga, I'm at your girl's crib, da-da-da-da. Had no clue where we were. Thinking we were just somewhere far away. He's like, yeah. He's like, where you at? He's like, I'm at my girl's crib. We said, yeah, nigga, we right around the street. He said, my boy was like, oh, I'm right around the corner, nigga. With my homies, what's up? Dude was like, click, bro. I just want to apologize for the coonery that I'm about to explain to y'all because I'm not like this anyway. Real quick, I just want to apologize.
I'm not calling you
Bro,
to
he
tell
called.
you I'm at your girl's crib.
He was a
bro.
dickhead. He called that nigga like, yo, I'm at your girl crib, bro. He said, I'm right around. Oh, he's right around the corner. We said, what? And we're young, so when he said that, bro, when I tell you, bro, we sprinted out that house, bro. I mean, I'm just running so fucking hard, bro. I'm running hard as hell. Like, we're gonna fuck this nigga. We're running so hard because he was talking such cash money shit. Bro, we get there, banging on the door. She ain't trying to let this nigga. We finally convinced her to let it in. We fucking open the door, run in the house. What's up, bitch ass nigga? He's sitting there like, touching his pockets and shit, looking straight down. He's looking straight down like, he's like, what's up? You was talking that shit, what's up? He like, as soon as he started explaining himself, bro, he immediately started tearing up. Like, look, bro, it wasn't even me, man. He said, that was her, man. She put me up to it. Bro. I'm not even on that type of shit, bro. I swear to God, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not on that type of shit. My boy talking bad to him. basically like this close to his face, talking crazy to him, like wow, like talking wild. Saying
why
anything
would he
to
stay?
this nigga. You bitch ass.
Why
nigga.
did he stay?
Like, why would you call? You didn't know where we were
Why
at.
did you call? And when I said I'm around the corner, why did you stay?
Why did you stay? Bro, but you know what's crazy? If he had left out that crib, we'd have seen him and chased him down and probably whooped his ass. It was the fact that he was in the crib begging like that, looking so pitiful that kind of saved him. We didn't end up doing it. I wouldn't have.
You think if he'd have left immediately when he hung up, y'all would have still
we would have
seen
seen
it?
it. We would have seen it. We would have caught him, bro. We were too close.
That was
we were
really
too
that
close,
close?
bro. We were so, bro. But I say we were 3 streets over and we sprinted. Like, so as soon as he hung up the phone, from the time he said, "Yeah, I'm over here," and we said, "Oh, we're right around the corner." From the time that click, 30 seconds after that click, we were 2 blocks over. 30 seconds after that click. But when I say after that, we jumped up, grabbed everything, and ran like it was a fire in the house. Like I'm saying, excuse me for this coon shit, because I be trying. I would never spend my time doing no shit like this no more.
Goodness.
But like, goddamn, bro, we ran over there so
crazy?
fast just for this nigga to beg for mercy for 15 minutes and cry.
That's
You
deep.
begged to cry.
That's
Why even call on some shit like that? I
forgot about that story.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm in, and you're not even from over here, I'm not going to nobody. And that's when you talk about being smart. You're like, you don't know her standing.
And then you called me.
It's what you said. It's what you said earlier. It goes back to what you said. You don't know her standing in her hood.
You don't know her
You
standing.
don't know her standing. She's dealing with a nigga who has no common sense.
You don't know
who
what's
has
going
10
on.
friends over here. My friend was literally that person. We were sitting over there. We didn't have nothing to do. We could have came over there and beat you like a drum if you ain't begged for your life. For no reason. But that's the only reason. Like, I've never been the type of person who's going like try to beat somebody up who's scared. So when he started begging and doing all this shit, we're all right, we felt bad. My one homie still wanted to fuck him up. He was like, "Whoa, I swear to God, no, fuck, you can't let him go." We're like, nah, like he's begging, like. And then the nigga got home and was like, "Fuck y'all bitch ass niggas anyway. Fuck y'all." As soon as he got to the crib.
Colin John said that.
Start talking shit as soon as he got home. Yeah, fuck y'all bitch ass niggas. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm gonna come back up there and fuck y'all up. But like, I was just in my mind, I'm like, bro, the way you were just tearing up out here, you were just tearing up, nigga. You was trying to be our best friend.
He's lucky social media was not yapping back then, bro.
We had him online.
Yeah, tell him what you told me.
If there had been social media, that's what I'm saying. It's before social media we was doing shit like that.
I'm sorry, I'm not really out here like that. He
wouldn't say I'm not. He blamed her.
He
started playing on her. As soon as he came in, he just, "No, it was her, bro. I swear to God, she put me up." So what you think, we gonna beat her up? No, nigga, we beating you up. I don't care if you let her convince you to do some dumb shit. That's what I said. That's your fault. You let her convince you to do some dumb shit. That got your ass whooped. But he, once you start seeing tears, he like,
I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to condone no violence, but the fact that he walked out and didn't get punched on at least once is crazy.
Crazy, right?
That's crazy.
We showed way too much mercy for a nigga to go home.
That's crazy.
And I ain't gonna lie, I regret not beating that nigga up. We should have beat his ass. He talked way too much shit. He was crying. We talked bad to him. My boy slapped him up a little bit, but he should have got beat up. That should have been a lesson he took with him.
He needed punched on.
Who knows? To be honest, that nigga's probably in jail right now. I probably could have been a lesson. I could have saved that man's life if he'd have whooped his ass and gave him that lesson. Because that was so stupid. I'm never doing nothing like that. I'm keeping it low if I'm over somebody else's crib, because you never know. We ran over there in 30 seconds. But I know that was a lesson to him, because I know that was a lesson either way. I know, nigga. I seen the fear of his ass. I know when he went from being on the phone to hearing them fucking knocks. Because, bro, when I say we're banging on the door, picture being in the crib with a girl, you can't talk shit, and then in 30 seconds, 4 niggas are all in the windows. I'm banging on the window, looking in the window and shit. Like, my niggas looking in the door. We're reaching in the mail slot. It was psychological warfare. We're like, yo, let us in.
Reaching in the mail slot.
We're like, yo, let us in. Nah, let us in.
But then she let y'all in.
She let us in. Dior was like, it's cool, bro. I just want to talk. So he let us in. We just ran in there and surrounded him. Like,
wait, it was Dior?
I don't want to say my nigga name.
We're gonna leave it at that. That's crazy. You know the crazy part though is
You probably knew it was.
I forgot it was though.
Yeah. But that was years ago. We all niggas.
I was on the opposite end of that though. On the opposite end, low key, because I was. So this girl, her mom was, I think, originally from Pittsburgh, but she had moved away for a long time, and the girl was kind of raised somewhere else. And when she came back, she was moving to all the hoods, nigga. Like, she was moving. She started off on Rebecca in Wilkinsburg. This is like 2006.
Yo, it's so funny. I promise you. I'm gonna let you continue. But why does every nigga I know a girl who used to stay on Rebecca in Wilkinsburg?
Bro, I don't know, bro. But this is 06 when it's like it's hot, bro. And it's like, I mean, you can get jumped walking to the bus station. Like, you know what I mean? And it was like, all right, boom.
So where you from type shit.
And then she moved to Larmer. Then she moved to East Hills, bro. Yeah. It was like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? And then so it was just like, all right.
Are you shooting a hood to hood?
You feel me? Like, what are you doing for real? Like,
and so
one time when she lived in Larmer, bro, I was over her crib and she was a bad little joint for real. Bad little joint. So, you know, of course motherfuckers wanted her. And if she not giving out no play, then it's even more like, oh, who's these niggas over there? You know what I mean? I was over there with my cousin and shit. My cousin from a rival hood. He like, y'all. I'm like, yo, that's good. I'm gonna go down there and check her out. He's like, nah, I'm not letting you go down there by yourself. All right, come on. We mob down there, just me and him. Shit sticky. Shit get hairy. Niggas like, oh, where you from? Boom, boom. So we fighting. He's getting jumped in the lawn. I'm getting jumped on the porch, right? We fighting. Boom, boom, boom. We tussling. Boom, boom. It finishes up. We like, oh, all right, we really about to go ante up. Like, we about to cross the bridge. We finna go back to Peabody, grab all the homies who's on the wall. You know what I mean? We really about to come back down there with some heads. Yeah. And so, what ended up happening was, her aunt gave us a ride across the bridge. We made some fun. We dropped some calls before we left. So some of our peoples came down the street. But two of the homies came down the street, but it was with my cousin's little sister. Yeah. And so she on some tough, yeah, I'm coming. R.I.P. Dawn. And it was like, Dawn, you can't be here. Like, you can't be here. Yeah. You gotta go home. She's like, nah, I'm not going home. I'm not letting my brothers fight. All right, so somebody gotta take her back. So it's now just three of us, right? Yeah. We just across the bridge from where we just got jumped at. We about to go get the homies. Man, before we got down to the bottom of that street, bro, 15 niggas. And I'm being generous, like, cause I swear to this day, it was like 20 to 30 people, bro. Yeah. And a good 8 of them was on bikes. 8 niggas come across on bikes. The rest of them
8 niggas on bikes, like
it looked like a movie video. I mean, like a music video, bro. Niggas cross bike, boom, boom. And then they all down the street. One nigga on a bike rolled down. He had to ride like more than half the street to get to us. Ride down. He on some, where you from? Where y'all from? My cousin, you know, my cousins was from rival hoods. I'm not necessarily from a rival hood, but I wasn't from their hood. Yeah. And like, my cousins is from rival spot, and my cousin look at me. He look at me in my eyes like, and I knew he shot out. He shot clean. To this day, he shot clean. He looked at me, looked back at the nigga, and punched him so fucking hard, dog. Yeah. This nigga fell off his bike. These niggas flew down the street. 20 niggas on us. All I know is we was all fighting 4 or 5 niggas at the same time. It was like clusters. It was looking crazy, bro. So I was on the receiving end of that low key. But I feel like we still came out with an L because we got jumped by all these niggas and nobody got seriously injured. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what I mean? We got it in.
I mean, you get it in
but
sometimes.
Like, at the same time, though, like, you take risks for pussy. Like, you take risks. And you need to stop taking risks for vagina. Yeah, stop. Because
you'll die.
The risk reward ratio is not worth it.
You're not even. And when we say vagina, we're not even saying it to be disrespectful. These niggas don't even really like women a lot of the time. They're literally taking risks for vagina. And it sounds funny.
It's not even about the
how
woman.
does a nigga not like women?
It be about the opportunity to vagina.
No, it's about literal. Yes.
It be about the opportunity.
Yes. They don't even want to get to know you. They'll die, and it's crazy to die. To die about that is crazy.
To die about that is crazy.
Even dying about a girl you like is crazy.
At least she was my girlfriend.
Yeah, at least she was your girlfriend.
But still, though, it's still crazy. It's still crazy.
It's crazy.
Because if I'd have got killed, not even got killed. If I'd have took a bigger L, me and baby ain't been together for. Bro.
Years. She would have forgot about you 10 times over right now. You could have died.
She married with kids.
She'd have been like, "Oh, that's crazy. That happened to him. R.I.P." That would have been.
That
would have been you. If that.
I ain't been with her since 2007.
Yeah, like.
So 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like
how much
I done took an L for what?
You would have rested off for back in the day.
Out here with a colostomy bag.
Man, back in the day.
For what?
Back in the day, I would have caught 3 buses and walked 10 miles and fought 2 niggas for some guaranteed.
bro.
Back in the day.
And niggas did do shit like that. Like
Niggas would.
catching we talked about this in the very first pod, bro. But catching a bus to Penn Hills when you was in high school.
Penn Hills don't got no sidewalks for those listening who ain't like general to the Pittsburgh area. Penn Hills don't got no sidewalks, and it's just so funny to think of how many
catching
times
a bus to Penn Hills.
Yeah, we caught the bus out Penn Hills walking on the fucking side road trying to get somebody. Come on.
And do you know the wildest part it was? Almost everybody I knew who was catching the bus to Penn Hills was fucking with the same girls. Yeah. It was like 5 different girls that you could have been talking to.
Yeah.
And that was it.
It's so funny you said
it's
that.
Like you was all, I was all catching the fucking bus to go up there to talk to the same girls.
That is true. Because I was about to say
crazy.
Because you definitely know somebody from Penn Hills that, you know what I'm saying, like that I ended up knowing.
Bro.
And then my homie knew somebody from Penn Hills that I was talking to back in the day that he ended up knowing. And I was like, oh, you know this girl? I think I was like 16.
Ones,
he was like, yeah, I know her. I'm like, oh.
Same
that's fucking
ones,
crazy.
Bro.
Them Penn Hills picnics, boy. Legendary.
Penn Hills picnic.
Pittsburgh thing. Penn Hills picnic with the motherfucking airbrush Dickie suit. Nigga, what y'all know about that?
Everybody had a picnic, but nobody's picnic didn't even matter outside of Penn Hills.
Outside of Penn Hills. Homewood's picnic was Homewood. Me being from Homewood, I might say that Homewood's picnic was cracking, but shit always just happened at Homewood's picnic. Yeah. Niggas just went there.
The thing about everybody else's hood is it's not necessarily inviting for other hoods.
Yeah, it's not. Penn Hills picnic, we all went there, no matter where you was from.
It's like nobody really felt like Penn Hills had the opportunity to say somebody can't come.
Yeah, Penn Hills.
Like,
I had laughed at a nigga telling me I wasn't allowed at Penn Hills. I was like, what are you? Everybody's allowed here.
Right.
That's what you would say.
So just like, we're going everybody mob. It's like downtown. It's not like downtown. Yeah. But the Penn Hills picnic was like downtown where it's like, all right, we all can. I mean, everybody gonna pop out. Everybody gonna be wearing their gang colors in the form of basketball jerseys and Dickie shorts with fucking matching Dunks or Jordans.
Yeah.
That's really what was happening. Like everybody from Homewood had on blue Dickie shorts with like a Astros jersey. Yeah. Like it was crazy.
No, I'm telling them airbrushes, nigga, them white forces and them white joints with the blue and black airbrushes. You could have found 100 niggas from Homewood between 2003 and 2012 with that outfit. Promise you, 100 niggas, all white Dickie suit, airbrush down, blue and white. Motherfucker, I remember I knew an airbrush. My cousin had to hook up with the airbrush man. I had this one airbrush shirt. It just had 3 random niggas on. I forget who it was. 3 rappers who passed away. It might have been like Big L, Big Pun, and like somebody else. Man, I used to kill in that shirt. Kill when I rocked that shirt. I used to kill in that shirt. That was one of them shirts you just rock the square. Everybody was like, yo, where you get that? The girls be asking you questions. Yeah, my man, you know what I'm saying? He airbrushed a little bit.
Yeah.
Big Pun down here and shit. You feel me? Like, used to kill in that shirt. Like,
it's funny because like that, the airbrush era really happened. Yeah. And then immediately after the airbrush era, it was the nameplates that had digital.
The digital nameplates? That might have been the same damn. Matter of fact, that was the same damn time.
It was the same time. But
I specifically remember my man's coming to the club. When he came to the club, first time he ever got to go out, we thought he was so fresh. He had the all white Dickie suit with the fucking airbrush. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
my homie
all
Pooh.
white Dickie suit is crazy.
Shout out to my nigga Pooh, man. My nigga Pooh had the all white Dickie suit with the Pooh going down the legs and the Pooh on the joint with the name built that said Pooh coming across the joint in digital.
Bro, girls you cannot walk up to that man and ask him what his name is.
Don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare.
You know my name.
You know my fucking name.
Hey, that's
man.
crazy.
We used to be in the club looking fucking crazy. Under 21 clubs is a crazy concept.
Under 21 clubs is a crazy
Don't let your kids
concept.
go to under 21 clubs, man.
Wild.
I remember being in there 13 dancing with a 19-year-old. I traumatized her. She was dancing with me for 5 songs, grinding on me and shit. I was happy. There was a happy ass little 13-year-old in her dance. She turned around like, if I told this story on the pod, my bad. She turned around like, yeah, so how old is you? Man, I whispered in her ear, I'm 13. She fucking
scared. Like,
she said,
what?
She started grabbing her chest, like, you know how old I am? I'm like, how old are you? I'm still dancing. She's like, I'm 19. I'm like, okay.
That's cool.
That's fine with me. Like I was still into it. She was spooked. She left, and we dancing all the while. It's not like we was dancing the Kiss Bop. We in there dancing the You Ain't Gotta Say Too Much.
I done that.
Oh no, it was.
That was a y'all had you running back.
No, before that, it was that head down, pussy popping on the handstand.
Oh yeah.
And that Luda, that boom boom. Oh
yeah. That splash waterfall.
Oh what? Say it.
Hey, that joint was going
too young to be
crazy.
In there. That tip drill.
Tip drill was going crazy.
BET Uncut.
That was going. Playing tip drill at a under 21 club is different.
Come on, girl. You know what we came here for. That's what I'm saying. I know she felt crazy because you're in the club dancing with a 13-year-old with the tip drill, and I'm
Like,
like, why am I in the club?
Wow.
Like, it's so fucking funny to think that. I wonder how many other spots. I know Pittsburgh couldn't have been the only spot with all them damn under 21 clubs.
no,
Yeah, them shits.
I doubt it.
Them shits ruined me.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Them shits ruined me, boy. Like, ruined me. Definitely made me not want to fuck with the club when I was older.
Man, but you got a question of the day?
Let me see.
Before we get out of here, see if we can get a question of the day, man.
All right, let me see. There's a couple. There's one I had, but I don't know if it's appropriate.
I mean, we might as well throw it out there, bro. Might as well throw it out there, bro.
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna pick a simple one because it's funny, but I want to make sure I word that one right. So I'm gonna pick the simple one.
Right.
Y'all think? You know what I'm saying? I've been watching all these crime docs. You know what I'm saying? I got a open conversation with somebody. Y'all think serial killers are born or made? Because I see a lot of people with different perspectives on that, and I see a lot of motherfuckers that be like, yo, no, serial killers are born or something in their head. And I do think to an extent you can have a lot of people that defy whatever they was brought up as and end up just having that type of thing. But usually when I'm watching these crime docs and I'm watching these news reports, 9.5 times out of 10, these motherfuckers done got the shit beat out of them. They done been molested. Just too many, like literally every famous serial killer. There's not one. There's hardly any in there that you're like, he had a great upbringing, and I just don't know where this came from. It's always like, no, he was abused by his dad. He was molested by his uncle. He got his ass whooped by so and so. He came up. He was poor. He was homeless. They locked him in a room for 12 hours a day. So I just want to know, just in your opinion, when you're listening to this, do y'all think serial killers are born or are they made? You know what I mean? Is that some shit that's inherently in you?
I'm gonna say, so you know I teach psychology on this, you know. It's a classic nature versus nurture argument.
Yeah, nature versus nurture.
I'm gonna say both, man. Because we're thinking in aspects of today's serial killers, particularly in America.
Yeah.
No disrespect to anybody who has a heritage of Mayan or Aztec or Inca or Incan, but we could, or even Genghis Khan, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's a serial killer.
Is that like because of his upbringing? I mean, I could probably say yeah,
You know,
but then
that's why the question's there, because I be trying to find more examples without the upbringing. But when you find the serial killers,
that's a serial killer.
you find the upbringing.
I mean, there's been
You know
civilizations that support serial killing
yeah,
for a religious purpose.
yeah,
And we could say that serial killers have their own religious purposes because it is a ritual for them.
yeah. You can find that because there's definitely, you know, richer European motherfuckers that would be serial killers that probably had very pampered upbringings that are just fucking sick in the
That's what
fucking
I'm
head.
saying.
So you know,
like, I don't think nurture always determines a person's propensity to kill people repeatedly.
yeah,
I think that there is a nature element, and I believe in spirits and souls.
yeah.
So I feel like some people just born with some fucked up shit. Like,
Do you think if you're born with that fucked up quality that could make you a serial killer, that it's up to how you're brought up, whether or not that quality comes out, or if it's